Yeah, we're live. Yeah. Somebody cool showed me an awesome extension that makes my mouth into a donut.
Dude, I want a Mugcake donut. I bet we can make a cake donut. I bet we can do that thing, Danny.
We could, yeah, I mean, I make baked donuts all the time. I don't see why we couldn't make microwave donuts.
We're gonna have to look into it. All right. Okay. Push the button.
Push the button.
We can start.
Pushing button.
I still think we need theme music.
We really do.
We do. All right, I'm gonna try it again.
One job.
I know. One job.
Well, two. It's another Monday, for goodness sake. It's time to make another mug cake with Chris and Danny as your hosts. Making mug cakes is as easy as toast. It's Mug Cake Monday, indeed it's true. A little something sweet for me and for you. So grab a mug and have a seat. In just a few minutes you'll have a treat.
Chris, I just realized something.
What?
You're not wearing a hat.
I'm not. So I love this haircut now. It's grown out like a quarter of an inch, so I don't feel quite so bald. But it literally accentuates every cowlick that this has had, and it's just
I just have this weird, like, part up front that just likes to stand up straight. I don't know. Whatever.
So for the first, probably decade plus of my life, my grandmother was a beautician, so she gave me all of my haircuts. And she was forever singing and screaming about my cowlicks. Because apparently my father has the same sense. And, yeah, it's a family trait. Also, I've lost my giant bar of chocolate. Oh, God. I don't know where.
This is a crisis.
It is.
We need, crisis alarms.
I found it.
Okay.
I'm an adult, and I put it back before I was actually using it. So
Crisis averted. So that brings us to today's cake. So we are making chocolate espresso cake today. And I am being extra. I'm going to be extra, Chris. Cold brew coffee, chocolate.
That's a thing?
It's a thing. Chocolate with cold brew. Yeah, chocolate with cold brew in it.
You have a problem.
No,
you have a little bit of a problem.
No, it's fine.
It's fine?
Everything's fine.
Okay. Still have a problem. All right, chocolate acquired. Good.
Chocolate acquired. All right, so we're making a chocolate espresso cake today because it's Monday, and coffee and chocolate go with Monday.
Also, we may have had too much coffee today. Well, me, Danny, I don't think it actually happens, but I am a little over-caffeinated today, and I also took my meds a little late, so I may possibly be a little wound up. It's okay, though.
It's fine.
Okay, what are we making? I'm ready.
We're switching to cake cam. Switch to cake cam.
I don't have a cake cam.
I do.
I need to get a cake cam.
I never know how to adjust my cake cam, though. All right, cake cam. All right. So we're going to start cake cam with 4 tablespoons of flour.
Where'd the tablespoon go? Okay, there we go.
1, 2.
Wait, did you say 4?
4.
Wow, I'm having like a day.
4. Quarter cup.
Got it.
And then 2 tablespoons of cocoa powder.
Oh, yeah.
Uh-oh. I'm almost out of cocoa powder.
Again?
Yeah. All right. 2. I only have a little left. We're just going to put it in.
Damn.
That looks good. That looks good. Then we need a tablespoon of instant espresso powder. My instant espresso packets.
Hold on. It's almost the season for fluffy coffee. I'm very excited.
Oh, so pretty.
Fluffy coffee.
So what's fluffy coffee?
I can't remember the real word for it.
Is it the Dalgona whipped coffee?
The whipped coffee, the fluffy coffee.
Oh, love that. Okay, so then we add a 1/4 teaspoon of baking powder. And 2 tablespoons of sugar. So I'm particularly 3 if you want it sweet. I really like taking the whipped coffee and putting it on top of my cold brew.
We have discovered, and you have made Jordan a convert. We have now discovered oat milk. So Jordan is all about the oat milk.
Whip your oat milk with your handy little instant whipping thing. It's amazing.
We don't have a hand one. We have one connected like right on our coffee maker because when your husband is a former barista, you get a really good coffee maker.
Not the $2 instant hand whipper thing from the generic store.
I mean, I've probably gotten one of those. No.
Then you need to make sure to add at least an 1/8 teaspoon of salt. Whoops, that's way too much.
We actually
That is
don't
too much
have
salt.
any salt. Like we have a bunch of salt, but we don't have like the right kind of salt. So we're just gonna grind in a little salt and hope it works.
That works. It works. All right. Give that a little whiskey whisk.
Tiny whisk.
Tiny whisk. All right, and then we are going to add to that
And then
2 teaspoons of oil.
2 teaspoons of oil.
Not tablespoons, teaspoons.
Really?
Yes.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Hey honey,
Oops.
I'm probably not gonna want to eat this. Because I did that thing. I'll eat yours and you can have mine.
I mean, I'm sure it's fine.
2 teaspoons?
2 teaspoons.
Like the small one.
The small one.
Okay. Okay. Oops. Oops.
Oops. And then 4 tablespoons of milk-like substance.
So the big one.
The big one. But then you're also going to add...
Okay.
I'm sorry, 5 tablespoons.
Wait, what?
5 tablespoons. A 1/4 cup plus a tablespoon. So it's 5 tablespoons. Had a math moment.
Yeah, I think that's fine.
And then I'm going to add a little bit of vanilla on mine. Because I like to. And then mix.
Wow, this one is so much less liquidy than the last one that I made. I messed up.
I mean, yours is probably the messed up one's probably going to be more sponge cakey and less brownie-y, because this is really dense like a brownie.
It really is. All right, and do we? Is it chocolate now?
Yes. Now it's chocolate time. So now you're going to take your chocolate and you're going to put it in the center. I'm going to do this many squares because I want to. So,
because I can, and I want myself to be happy.
Okay. Now into the microwave for 70 seconds. It looks like that.
7-0. My microwave smells like frozen burritos. Frozen Mexican.
Mm.
Mm.
Oh, we have a comment. I didn't even turn that part on.
Oh, we have a comment? Sorry.
Anya wants to know about fluffy coffee, which we addressed.
Yeah, it's not called fluffy coffee. I'm having a Monday. I'm having the brains. It's actually called whipped coffee, and it uses instant espresso and hot water, and you whip it. And there's actually a component of the instant coffee that causes it to expand, and it literally becomes almost like a whipped cream, but with instant coffee and sugar. Oh, you gotta add sugar. Sugar. You gotta add sugar. Good
So
Lord.
it's equal parts instant coffee, water, and sugar. Though you can add less sugar if you want it less sweet. It is way better made with instant espresso, though.
Yes.
So much better.
My personal favorite. And you can put it. For instance, we put it on our non-milk substitute because nobody in my house can have milk. Mine still looks a little.
Oh,
What do you think?
mine's done. Yeah, hold on. I'm gonna change to cake cam.
I think mine needs a little more time. Hold on. I mean, it's hot, so I know it was working. I just think it needs like more time. But anyway, we usually put probably like we have our own giant mugs that we use. So like we literally take the biggest mug we can. We put like this much milk substitute, and then we just put the coffee in here, just mix it all up, put it with ice. Oh my god, it's so good. It's so good.
Meanwhile, I have issues, and I literally take the same ratio of cold brew and whipped coffee, and then I drink that.
Danny has a problem with caffeine.
I have a problem with caffeine. All right, so you can see my little chocolate blob is in the middle. Kind of excited about that. I actually have a chocolate center this time.
Remember, if chocolate is liquidating, that means it's hot.
I'm glad you can't see me right now because I'm eating it anyways.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
So this one's still a little underdone. And I think that's just because I have a really big mug. And now I'm going to try the mess up cake. Because teaspoons and tablespoons are a thing. And I'm a little scared. This one is still super hot. And I made it before we started.
You made that like 20 minutes ago.
It's actually still okay. Although I'm upset because that one is much better.
You can totally taste the coffee flavor in this one.
Oh. Not so much in this one.
In the other one. I feel like we've made an espresso version before, and it wasn't nearly this good.
Mm-mm. This one is phenomenal. Well, let me preface that with the one that I made correctly is phenomenal. The one that I did not make correctly is so good, but not as good as the one that I did not mess up. Because it wouldn't be Mugcake Monday if I didn't mess up. This is why I don't bake. I don't bake because I have problems following instructions sometimes.
Meanwhile, I'm like a mad scientist in the baking kitchen, and I'm like, let's just do it this way. And half the time it comes out amazing. There's a cat hair in my cake.
I mean, yes, there's dog hair in everything. Yep. There was dog hair in the Christmas presents I wrapped, so when I gave them, everybody just laughed. I have a fluffy dog. It's like fluffy coffee.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But yeah, this one is really good. I agree. When I was sent the recipe, it said put a dollop of ice cream on it. Yeah. I know, we're like, how much chocolate do I have on my face? I feel like a little kid. But yeah, this one is really good. Did you start out whipped cream? Whatever.
No.
Not for
Maybe.
me.
It's coconut whipped cream.
Oh, see.
Oh, almond milk, sorry.
We have real whipped cream, but it isn't for either of us. We got it for the dog because she likes puppuccinos. So if we come home with Starbucks,
The dog just woke up.
did you hear me?
He knows that word.
I know they do. Bailey knows the cups. Like if we walk into the house and we have those cups, she will like lose her mind. She's like, "Where's mine?" So we literally have a little tiny cup now, and we just her one, so she doesn't get angry with us.
So we had to go twice this week.
Oh,
because on Fridays, I have a routine. I get up, I work for several hours, do all the social media posts for the weekend, and then we go to the Green Mermaid coffee place.
mm-hmm.
The dog and I. I can't say it. The dog knows the place. So we go to the Green Mermaid coffee place, and the dog gets the tiny cup of whipped cream, and I get nitro cold brew usually.
Mm-hmm.
And this Friday, there was like this big weird ordering catastrophe at Jen's store. So coupled with the snow and everything, she finished work at 10 in the morning. And she was like, I'm on my way home. Let's go get coffee. And I was like, okay. I was like, we have to take the dog though, because this is our routine.
Mm-hmm.
So we took the dog. And then on Saturday, when Jen went to work, the dog was like, all right, it's Friday. Let's do our Friday routine. So we had to go to the Green Mermaid place again.
Spoiled. Our dogs are spoiled.
Yep.
At this point, I just look and say, do you want to? And I say the magic word, and she just like literally, she doesn't even need a leash anymore. And for those of you who don't understand, my dog likes to wander, so usually almost always on some sort of leash. It's the only time that she's just like, nope, beeline, pick me up, put me in the truck, let's do this.
Yep.
Yes, I pick up my dog and I put her in the truck. She's 13. She has bad hips. Don't.
We pick up Lance and put him in the car because he is 8 and has bad hips. So
your dog is also like 1 foot off the ground.
Yeah.
He has like 6 inches between his belly and the road.
This is true.
Yeah.
Okay, so whipped cream on this?
I don't have whipped cream.
Yeah.
I don't even have ice cream right now. I'm trying to be good.
Meanwhile, I am not.
I'm in training mode, Danny. I'm trying to get swole so I can hit you. Literally, for those of us who are tuning in and didn't realize that Danny and I are best friends, I don't actually like sport. It's not. I hit her for fun. I hit my friends for fun. Would you stop?
Problems.
This is the first job that I've had in a while.
I mean, in my defense, we've had those dairy-free dilly bars for almost a year now. So it's not like we eat them all the time.
I eat them.
Yeah.
Chloe's oat milk mint chocolate chip. It's really good.
Target had a sale on Ben & Jerry's dairy-free, and I had a coupon.
Oh, yeah. Go House.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not going to lie. I cried the first time I had dairy-free Ben & Jerry's, and you guys can all laugh at me. But when you haven't had something that tastes and feels like ice cream for probably close to a decade, because, like, yeah, they had like rice and you had all the stuff that you could have, but it was never really quite right. Ben & Jerry's like nailed it. There were tears, and it was just like straight cookie dough. I was just like, this is so good. I don't have no problems with it.
And I like that their scoop shops have dairy-free options, not just like, we have dairy-free vanilla, but like multiple options.
Like Gelato Fiasco.
Yes.
There. If you've never been or you aren't a Maine native, please go check them out. Gelato
Go check them out.
Fiasco.
We are not sponsored, but we would like to be.
Oh, wouldn't it be cool to go and do like a gelato thing? Try some line for gelato? Hold on. We're gonna go. Is anybody watching this that has a hookup for gelato? Or sherbet? I'd take sherbet. Right?
Chocolate orange.
Which one can I have? Sherbet or sorbet?
I think you could. Sorbet is the one that is totally dairy free, but you can make dairy free sherbet.
Right. Either way, this one is phenomenal. We've gone like so far afield. Like, you know what? We should make. We should do one day where it's not a mug cake, and we should make ice cream.
We can make ice cream in a jar.
You can make ice cream in baggies. Who needs a jar?
I mean, same thing.
Come on,
but if you make it in a coffee can, you can kick it.
You say that until the coffee can explodes. Yeah. Do you see this face? I've seen things.
Meanwhile, I'm thinking that still sounds fun.
I mean, you can get literally the balls that make the ice cream, but it makes like this much.
This much. It's not really worth it.
It's not.
No. Yes.
But chocolate espresso cake, when made correctly, with teaspoons, not tablespoons, lovely. When made wrong, still pretty good and edible, but not as good.
Like, still got a molten center.
Yeah, like mine is pretty volatile.
I think this is the first time I've actually achieved the molten center.
I mean, we've done it so many times now that eventually we had to get lucky.
Law of averages.
100%. Defender. I like it.
Yep.
As I sit here and stuff my face. I got coffee on Stitch. But
don't rub, dab.
It's on the printed part, so it's fine.
Oh, so it's okay.
It's fine. Look at this shirt. This shirt is so cute.
You gotta angle your camera.
I don't know if you guys realize this, but I have a problem with Stitch. Like, I like Stitch a lot. I have 4 or 5 mugs. I have lots of t-shirts. I have the Stitch Mickey Mouse ears.
You have the
figurines.
Stitch
ears. Stitch, like, squeezy ear things. Like, I love Stitch. I now I have a Stitch tattoo.
It's amazing.
Looks like a sticker. He may be chewing on BB-8, who was my other favorite. But all right, anyway, we're getting it off eventually. We have gone so far afield.
It's fine. It's Monday.
It's a Monday. It's like nice weather starting to come out. Like, we're all a little crazy. That's all right.
Yeah. It's fine.
It's all good.
All right.
I still think we need theme music.
We really do.
We do. All right, I'm going to try it again.
One job.
I know. One job.
Well, 2. It's another Monday, for goodness sake. It's time to make another mug cake with Chris and Danny as your hosts. Making mug cakes is as easy as toast. It's Mug Cake Monday, indeed it's true. A little something sweet for me and for you. So grab a mug and have a seat. In just a few minutes you'll have a treat.
Bye.